So, I don't normally do this. Normally I'd do a proper Let's Play, but I don't think this game would work well on the channel because it's not what you guys are used to. So I thought I'd just do a one-off video showing you why it's pretty cool and why you might want to consider either looking up other YouTubers playing it or maybe buy it yourself. This is the story of Ori, who gets lost in the storm, as the subtitle said at the start. This lady, who looks a little bit like a giant silverback gorilla, so I always keep thinking it's like Tarzan, crossed with maybe Totoro. So she decides that she's going to adopt Ori, because, you know, who wouldn't want a Lilo and Stitch crossed with a Mew as your son? There's some really gorgeous scenes at the start, and it is still a better love story than Twilight. It's in that sort of level like up in terms of a lot happens very quickly and you still get the emotion behind it, which is really sweet. But then disaster strikes because Ori hasn't fallen just for any old reason. He's kind of needed in order to save the forest from withering away and dying. So very soon there comes a call from the great tree saying, "Come back, we need you." And whilst he hears the sound and sees the summons, Naru, which is the mum, doesn't want him to go, so she hides him away. And the forest begins to slowly wither. And through the passage of time, you actually discover that because the forest is dying, they're running out of food, and everything is withering and decaying. And one day, when Ori gets back from collecting food and discovering he's actually found a big load of fruit, he takes it back to their home together, and he discovers that his mum is no more. But that is enough sad stuff for now. Let's talk instead about some of the gameplay and the combat, because that is so much fun as well, especially if you're a fan of platformers. Now, I don't want to call it 2D because it's again going with that sort of faux 3D thing that Rayman and all of those started, and it is very reminiscent of that. You've even got a little helper with you, much like Na'vi from the Zelda games, but also from Child of Light. There are elements that have or do feel like they have been intensively borrowed from other games. You may even, when you're doing some of the platforming stuff, get elements of Sonic. I even had flashbacks to The Lion King, which is from like 1997 or something like that, and I had it on a floppy disk drive and played it on DOS. But I certainly get elements of the older games with it as well. I'm not sure whether it's the animations or whether it's the style, as in how the puzzles are presented, that has that flashback, but it's actually something that's really welcoming, and I genuinely can see myself playing this at home and enjoying it for fun. Combine that as well with the music, which is astonishingly good, and also the artwork, which is really nice, and it's really varied considering you're in a forest. It's just really a nice, sweet little game. You obviously got things like the combat as well, which is not so much sweet as more button mashing and things like that, but it is a really simple mechanic and really fun to do. Along with that, you're also equipped with an ability tree that you can use. Of course, it would be a tree, by the way, because of, you know, the forest and all that. Your ability tree allows you, by collecting spirit light, which is the golden things, which are effectively, I guess, lums and rings and a million other things, to level yourself up in a variety of ways that you may choose to do. One of the examples I can give you is, I think, magnetism, which basically kind of does what it says on the tin. Any pickups will automatically come towards you, which just makes it a little bit easier if you're doing bits like this jumping bit over water that I didn't have it spec for, and I'm an idiot as a result, because I had to go back and do it again because I dropped a few in the water and then went in the water and it was poisonous and then I died. So yeah, that was good. As I've said before, the actual surroundings are completely and utterly beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful games I've seen for quite a while. I guess it's probably, if I was going to compare it to something, I'd probably compare it to Trine in terms of, you know, the setting and things like that. Maybe a little bit Rayman, I suppose, as well, in some of the zones. I'm going into Sonic mode. But really, it's probably one of the ones I've seen with the most detail, and also, I guess, probably the most environmental interactions. There are rocks you can push in different places. There are little swings. Like when you run through like mushrooms and stuff, they sort of move around you. There's also things you can break to get into new areas. As you go on, you will unlock things like a wall jump, which allows you to scale walls you couldn't get to before. And of course, there are all the platforming puzzles as well, which come in a variety of forms, as far as I can tell. This is one of them. There was one earlier in the video, but this is another one, and it's completely different. This one is all about getting a block up to the top of the ramp so you can actually get to the next point. So you have to push the block through all these spikes and swinging mace things, which if you do at the right time, you can do in one go. But if you mess it up, it's GG. So those are really fun, and they're also quite a nice level of difficulty. They're not too horrific, but they're not too easy as well. And that's really nice because it makes it feel a little bit like it's a bit more adult, if that makes sense. It's not a child's game, although children can play it. I think you'd probably say this is good for all ages because of the setting and the easy control system and things like that. But it does give it a more adult tone, which makes it feel like you're playing a little bit of a more mature game, I suppose. And it makes it a bit more challenging as well, which I really like, because I like, whilst I love doing things like platformers, they're either usually incredibly hard or really easy. And I think this is currently sitting in the middle. I have only played an hour so far, so it could be the difficulty pings up like a skyrocket, in which case, fine, I'll go with it. So if this is the kind of thing that you think you might like, if you check the video description, there will be a link to the main website for this. It should already be out, or it'll be out tomorrow, I think, and it's available on Xbox One, Xbox 360 and the PC. Sorry, PlayStation users, I know it really sucks, but you don't get it because Microsoft made it and they hate you. I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought this would be the best way to show you guys what it is without doing a full Let's Play. I figured after playing an hour of it and not really knowing the best way to put those videos out and commentate it, because it's not a really reactive story the same way as a lot of the stuff I play, or, you know, a survival thing, it's just platforming, and I'll be honest, I kind of want to take it home as well and play it. I thought this would be the best way to show you guys in this short thing. So if you like the look of this, I want me to do this for other games that I might own but not do stuff with in the future. If I come across anything, I mean, not like as a regular series, then let me know in the comments and I'll definitely have a go at it. It's probably worth saying now, I haven't been paid to cover this. I have been sent an early access code. Thank you very much to whoever it is at Microsoft Studios that sent that, but in no way am I being paid to do this or promote it in any way. I just figured I'd show you guys because actually I was pleasantly surprised. If you've also been pleasantly surprised by what you've seen, then you can check the video description for a link to the game's website, which will hopefully give you more information about the platforms, release date, which is tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. Maybe also some reviews as well from people other than me. But if you're not sure and you don't trust my word, you can also check out other YouTubers who will also probably have early access to the game and see what you think of them playing it. And if you don't want to buy it either, I'm sure they will also have Let's Play series that you can go and watch. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Do let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more of these shorter videos that analyse the game a little bit, and I'll see what I can do. Thanks for watching. Bye!